Hi, I'm Neely Jones, your host of Focus on Suppliers. Retailtainment merges retail and entertainment, making the whole shopping experience a lot more fun, and we've got some great ideas for you today. LA Darling reminds us that the store layout is significant and is the center of the omni experience for shoppers. And Jakks talks about the importance of engaging the associates, plus Walmart explains the reason Retailtainment is so important to them. It's a great show. Focus on Suppliers starts now.
Focus on Suppliers is presented by 8th and Walton, the premier destination for supplier development, and sponsored in part by Dunn & Bradstreet, Saatchi & Saatchi X, Case Stack, Excel Displays and Packaging, and other outstanding companies.
Your millennial fun fact is that 65% of millennials actually value experiences over possessions. Millennials have the greatest buying power of any generation in our history. So when we're thinking about how to engage with them and we're thinking about retailtainment, it's important that the experience is just as much a part of that buying opportunity for them. And it has to be connected back to technology. Make sure that you're thinking about creating a seamless experience. What they might experience in store has to connect absolutely back to their technology or a device. How you drive them into the in-store environment or online to make a purchase needs to be a part of a connected experience. Make sure that you're motivating them by giving them reasons to connect with the brands that they love that speak in an authentic voice. Facilitate that purchase through those experiences in an easy and simple way. And we'll see you for your next Millennial Minute.
We're talking about Retailtainment. With us today, an expert who can really dive in from the local aspect, what it means to help people bring to life the shopper marketing experience. So please welcome with me today Angie Smith, who is here from A.W. Bravis. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, Neely.
Let's look at the whole strategy behind Retailtainment for a supplier.
So Retailtainment is really about going back to being shopper focused, and the shopper is boss. Right? As marketing has continued to grow in the digital space, we know that shoppers are looking for a real life physical experience in retail. So it's about creating the relationship. It's a relationship strategy between brands and shoppers and creating interactions and engagements at a deeper level and really opening up the lines of communication between the brands and the shoppers. Same with the retailer. Walmart knows that showing that they understand their shopper, that they understand what's relevant and what's valuable to their shopper is important. That's what leads them to creating this sensory experience in store that's comfortable and is an experience you can only get in retail.
So then how do you bring in Retailtainment and make it fit into marketing?
You really want to utilize your national brand platforms, your brand messages, or even a Walmart corporate initiative as your foundation. It really helps to bring all of those things together for a holistic marketing campaign and just elevates your Retailtainment.
So if you're trying to take it a step forward and kind of put all this together, how then do you overlay, as a supplier, Walmart and your brand objectives?
It's really an exercise in understanding and appreciating the paradigm between what Walmart's strategy is, what their big bets are, and then what the overall brand objectives are. How do those two things complement each other? And when they complement each other, how do they align with what's going on with the shopper and what their behavior is, what you want them to do and feel and think?
So you've got this whole retail experience planned. How do you bring it to life?
You know, once you've built your strategy, we know we're aligned. We have our brand objectives. We have our Walmart strategy. We've understood the insights of the shopper. That's when you go and you think tank. You start to really think tank about what you want the engagement to be. How do you want them to interact with your brand? Once you sort of bring those things together and you conceptualize that, then you go into in-store visualizations, you go into prototyping, you go into rendering to sell those things in, and then you execute them flawlessly.
Man, and so if you're thinking about this and you're trying to keep in mind the three things that are most important to a shopper, what should you remember?
You need to remember that time is valuable. You need to remember that we're creating brand advocates. We really want people to engage with the brands and to engage with their retailers. And we have to remember that we need to be providing them content. It's all about content, things that make their life easier.
Yeah, and so to feel valued, so you're valuing their time as well as the product that you're giving them. Is that a good way to kind of encompass all of that?
Yeah, exactly. And there are a lot of different levels of retailtainment. It's engagement at shelf. That's digital, that provides them content, that provides them solutions. Anything that is a level of entertainment or engagement that brings an additional level of excitement to the shopper while they're in store, it's the perfect way to do retailtainment.
So don't talk at them, talk with them.
Yeah, exactly. It's not just about talking about the benefits of your brand anymore. It's about talking about what those benefits are to her.
Always glad to see you. Thank you for coming in today.
Thanks. Absolutely. It's been great.
We'll be right back. Be sure to like 8th and Walton on Facebook.
Armatron impressed me when I bought a watch in 2005 before my second deployment to Iraq. And on that deployment, I was hit by a roadside bomb, and I was wearing that Armatron watch. It's almost as if that watch was a part of me. It went through the explosion. It sat in a drawer, lonely, and it was like my depression. And to pull it out, clean it off, put it on, and it still worked, it's my story.
K-Stack, the leader in collaborative retail consolidation programs. We offer the supply chain expertise needed to navigate the challenges of selling products with the world's largest retailers. And we provide customers with a customizable, scalable, environmentally sustainable supply chain with the same advanced technology typically used by larger rivals. By leveling the playing field, K-Stack lowers distribution costs and increases overall margins. K-Stack, retail logistics is what we do. Bentonville Plaza, across the street from the Walmart home office. The best office location offers proximity and services like no other business complex in the area. Call 479-200-1112 today.
Continuing our discussion on retailtainment, with us today, Mary Callender from LA Darling. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I want to examine the importance of store layout when we look at retailtainment and retailers.
Well, the store layout is extremely important. 90% of all purchases are still done in a store. The store is actually the center of omni-channel, and the store experience that a shopper walks away with is their story about your brand, and they tell it over and over again to their friends. So that store layout is very integrated into the experience, and us wanting to inspire and integrate technology into the store layout.
We've got some good examples with Walmart with some changes they've made.
Absolutely. There's a couple of good examples. One is the fresh angle, and I think Sean Baldwin said it best when he said that if you improve fresh, there's a halo effect across the entire store. Fresh is a major driver for Walmart into their stores and into their neighborhood markets, and Walmart wanted to convey a high quality produce section, and they did a wonderful job by opening up the department, lowering the fixtures, and adding real wood accents that really gave it that farmer market feel.
When we talk about these changes, retailers obviously deal with some challenges. What are those challenges?
There's a couple of challenges when you're looking at an investment into the store layout. One of those is return on investment, and that's not just a return for Walmart, the retailer, but that's also a return for the shopper and understanding what value they're getting out of the new layout. Also, prototyping. You know, sometimes what we think is going to look good in the store, we don't know, because we're looking at it on a rendering, how shoppers are going to interact with that fixture.
That brings me to my next question, because you can really help retailers and suppliers through virtual technology.
Absolutely. We've got a new technology in our Bentonville office. It's called the CAVE, Computer-Aided Virtual Environment. It's a 270-degree immersive environment where Walmart can actually see shoppers interacting with the fixtures in the new store layout.
See if they like it and if it's going to be beneficial.
Absolutely. A couple of the benefits to it are that we can quickly make changes, and it goes back to the EDLP principle of not having to spend as much money prototyping and getting it out to the market quicker.
When we look at these changes and the layouts and how that could affect suppliers, what do they need to keep in mind?
Well, I think that it's a win-win when Walmart and the fixture supplier like LA Darling and a supplier actually work together because each of us have our strengths and knowledge about the store layout and the interaction of that with the shopper. And I think the strength is all of us coming together to produce the best store layout and experience.
What is it they say? Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much, Mary, for being here today.
All right. Thanks, Neely.
We'll be right back. We're talking retailtainment today, one of the most important aspects to keep in mind when it comes to success for suppliers and events. We have a special guest with us today, Carmen Harmon, who comes to us from Jakks, and you guys have done quite a few retailtainment events.
We have. We've had the opportunity to do several in the store. Years ago, I was a part of doing one in the parking lot for summer seasonal, which was very exciting. Last year, we got to do 2 with our top 10 chosen by Kids Toys. One was Hulk Smash, and he's always exciting. And then the other one was Singing Elsa, and she was interactive, and that was a lot of fun.
So when we look at what it takes to be successful and put something together like this, what's an example of a success story, and how do you go about prepping?
So how we go about prepping is, last year we had the opportunity to use a third-party service, Shoppers Events, and they were wonderful. It was seamless. They made it smooth. They handled the actual execution in the stores for us. And then they just all day played and had fun and interacted with the customers and the Walmart associates.
And you say to keep the associates in mind, that's a very vital thing to do.
Yes, so that's one of the most exciting parts. So if you get the associates behind the excitement within Retailtainment, I mean, it just makes it that much more fun. Because not only are they the ones right there working and helping with your products, they're also a consumer and they purchase the products. So that's definitely a vital part of making the whole thing successful.
So when we look at measuring for success, how do you do that?
So what we do is we take the 600 store count or whatever your store count may be. We run the sales report before the weekend, and then obviously run the report after the weekend, and then you can see percent of lift in sales in which you get, and that will give you the ROI back as to what the weekend performed for you.
Have you witnessed any great success?
Oh, absolutely. In some cases, we had one weekend. Within that weekend sales, we had a triple-digit increase, and so for the Saturday, Sunday sales. And so, of course, for us, that's just really exciting.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we've got other suppliers watching this show, obviously. What advice would you offer them when it comes to doing a Retailtainment event and prepping for it?
Well, I would first say pick an item that your company is obviously very focused on, something that you think that would be a broad appeal. And one thing that I have noticed that I think would be a really big help was there is a Walmart World magazine that goes out to every Walmart store and accessible to all the associates. It's a great tool to use. You can put in there several months in advance to give them the warning of the item, talking points, how important it is, and then the excitement of the Retailtainment Day. And that, too, will get them prepped and excited and behind it. And, of course, if you get those thousands of associates out there excited, you've won half the battle, right?
Very true. Okay, what's next for Jakks?
So we have some really exciting things coming up. As you know, we have proprietary brands that are very successful, but we always do licensed toys. And one exciting toy we have here is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle RC skateboard Mikey. He flips, turns, does stunts, exciting things, but always right-sides himself, so he never falls over.
Awesome.
And then we have, with the big movie Moana coming for Disney, she's the next big princess. This is Maui, and that's her sidekick, and he's a lot of fun. It's The Rock's voice, and he makes the movie so fun, and so we're excited about that.
Oh, I bet you are. Well, thank you for being with us once again.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.
We'll be right back. You can see all episodes and extended interviews at Vimeo.
K-Stack, the leader in collaborative retail consolidation programs. We offer the supply chain expertise needed to navigate the challenges of selling products with the world's largest retailers. And we provide customers with a customizable, scalable, environmentally sustainable supply chain with the same advanced technology typically used by larger rivals. By leveling the playing field, K-Stack lowers distribution costs and increases overall margins. K-Stack, retail logistics is what we do.
You just had your buyer meeting. Now there's follow-up to do. Maybe your buyer wants more on seasonal sales, or invited you to prepare a joint business plan or set up a date for your line review. 8th and Walton can help. Our experts work with you one-on-one in a confidential setting to prepare for your next buyer meeting. The classes we offer help you too. Retail Link, Supply Chain Management, Inventory Management, taught in cities across the country, in Canada, and in Latin America. So before your next buyer meeting, contact 8th and Walton. Then relax, knowing that you will be ready.
This is Jeff Amrine. Today in the Innovation District, we're here with the Mayor of Fayetteville, the Honorable Lionel Jordan. How are you, sir?
I'm wonderful. It's great to have you here today.
So we're here today to talk about innovation and entrepreneurship. Why is that important to the city?
Well, we like to regard ourselves as a startup city of the South, and we believe in the innovation because we're seeing it pop up all over the place. Our square is really a hub for our innovation businesses that are coming into this city. We believe that when we did our economic development study, that the folks that were doing that Boyette said that they thought that this was one of the best cities they had seen for startup businesses, as good as anything they'd seen in the United States. So that's really important to us.
And it's a great foundation. So you've got the university close by, people can graduate from the university, and why should a small business or creative talent locate in the city of Fayetteville?
Well, I think one of the great things that we have here, Jeff, it's not just exactly what we market here. It's what we believe.
Sure.
And we believe in each other and building this city together. And we believe in a partnership-based government where we're all part owners together. And I believe it's all the small pieces that makes the whole puzzle, that makes the whole picture of this great city. So it's all of us together. You know, it's a love that we have for the city. What we believe is in each other and building this city together and making this the startup city of the South.
And that makes it fertile ground for innovation, entrepreneurship, art, creative talent.
Absolutely. We believe in everybody coming in here. We believe that everybody's a part owner of this city. No matter what the color of their skin is, their religious belief, or who they love, everybody's wanted here and accepted here. And all the businesses that come in here, we want them to come in here and be part of this family, be part of what we're doing here.
Sure. And so you've got great retail. There's places to eat and drink and coffee. It's very walkable. All those things are important components as well, I would
Absolutely. You know, we are real big on alternative transportation. At the end of this year, we're going to have through our soft trails, just to give you an example, our soft trails and our multi-use trails, we're going to have 79 miles trails in this city. We've got a new regional park. It's over 610 acres. We preserved Kessler Mountain, 400 acres of urban forest that will never be touched again for our children and our children.
Great place to trail run, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a great place for trail running and mountain biking. Our sidewalks, we're building our sidewalks around the schools. We have built 21 miles of sidewalks in the last 8 years in this city, and we do that so children can safely walk to school. So we're going to make this a walkable community.
And all that quality of life issue, it really is just, again, it leads to people who are innovative and creative and are looking for a great place to live and work. Fayetteville is really teed up for that.
Absolutely. We always feel like we're on the cutting edge. We call ourselves, you know, it's like our economic plan is Fayetteville first. We want to be the best of the best. You know, I kind of look at it kind of like being a baseball player. We throw 10 things out there. We hit on 3. We're in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Well, I have to say, we really appreciate your leadership in making Fayetteville a great place for innovation and entrepreneurship.
And it's great having you here today.
Thank you. Thanks very much. We'll be right back with Focus on Suppliers.
Hi, I'm Don Harris with the Heart of Business in Northwest Arkansas. The days are getting shorter, and you know that means that the weather's going to cool, and we've got the holiday season coming upon us, which means so much to the supplier community and retailers and a lot of businesses in Northwest Arkansas. And today we're pleased to have Kent Eickenberry with the Northwest Arkansas Food Bank. And I guess the fourth quarter probably means something for you guys too, right?
Oh, very much so, Don. Just as the retailers have to make their year in the October, November, and December sales, we generate most of our revenue to support what we do all year long during the fourth quarter.
Really? Do you have a big event in support of that? I mean, what do you guys do?
We do. In addition to year-end giving push, we have a gala on November 18th that we expect 700 people to attend.
How long have you guys been doing this event?
This will be our 9th.
Oh, wow. That's great. Now, I'd read an article in the paper recently where unemployment is 2.9% in Northwest Arkansas. I guess that means there's not as much need for feeding the hungry. Is that right?
Well,
Maybe not.
I certainly wish that's the case, and I applaud those people who are out there working. But actually, 60% of the people who go to a food pantry, which we service, have worked in the last 6 to 12 months. So what we're finding is, in most cases, our client is not unemployed, but they are working, but they're making a small amount of money and can't make ends meet, either through rent or utilities, which obviously are going to get higher during the holidays. If they're 65 or older, they're struggling with medicines in many cases. So just because they're working, that's no guarantee that they're bringing home enough money to buy groceries.
Well, the Northwest Arkansas Food Bank is the food bank for this whole area of Arkansas. There's no question about that. And I guess need goes up a little bit in the fourth quarter. What does that mean for volunteers?
So, yeah, there is more need. People's budgets are stretched, like we said, so they're coming to get food. But as far as volunteers, we have a volunteer center just down the road from our main campus. And
where's that? Springdale?
It's in Bethel Heights.
Okay.
The volunteer center, we sort canned goods into like products. We go through and sort reclaimed product to make sure that it's safe for consumption. We go through and do that. We do our own direct mail solicitation through the volunteer center. There are lots of things that we can do, whether it's a mom and dad and a child who want to come in on a Saturday, or a supplier team who's looking for a team building event.
Well, it's an important time of the year for you, and good luck with your gala in November. And for the Heart of Business in Northwest Arkansas, this is Don Harris saying we'll see you next time.
Visit us at 8thandwalton.com to learn how you can become a better partner with Walmart.
Bentonville Commerce, less than 1 mile from the Walmart home office. You'll love the convenience, amenities, and customized options Bentonville Commerce offers. For more information or a tour, call 479-200-1112 today.
Armatron impressed me when I bought a watch in 2005 before my second deployment to Iraq. And on that deployment, I was hit by a roadside bomb, and I was wearing that Armatron watch. It's almost as if that watch was a part of me. It went through the explosion. It sat in a drawer, lonely, and it was like my depression. And to pull it out, clean it off, put it on, and it still worked, is my story.
K-Stack, the leader in collaborative retail consolidation programs. We offer the supply chain expertise needed to navigate the challenges of selling products with the world's largest retailers. And we provide customers with a customizable, scalable, environmentally sustainable supply chain with the same advanced technology typically used by larger rivals. By leveling the playing field, K-Stack lowers distribution costs and increases overall margins. K-Stack, retail logistics is what we do.
You just had your buyer meeting. Now there's follow-up to do. Maybe your buyer wants more on seasonal sales, or invited you to prepare a joint business plan or set up a date for your line review. 8th and Walton can help. Our experts work with you one-on-one in a confidential setting to prepare for your next buyer meeting. The classes we offer help you too. Retail Link, Supply Chain Management, Inventory Management, taught in cities across the country, in Canada, and in Latin America. So before your next buyer meeting, contact 8th and Walton. Then relax, knowing that you will be ready.
We're talking Retailtainment. We have a friend here with us today from Walmart who's going to take us through some information that you will find useful in your everyday job. So let's talk now with Jamie Sohosky, who's Walmart VP Marketing and Customer Experience. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
I really want to kind of examine for our viewers what Retailtainment means and why it's so important for Walmart.
Excellent. Well, Retailtainment is important to Walmart. It's really about creating great customer experiences in our stores every day. And it's been part of our culture from the very beginning. Sam Walton used to bring donkeys to grand openings, and he started the Retailtainment. We still love Retailtainment at our grand openings. Today, it looks like school choirs, hot dogs, ice creams, maybe a character appearance. Haven't seen any donkeys though.
No donkeys.
Not now.
Well, it kind of makes sense that he would start that. That brings me to my next question. When we talk about successful retailtainment and a successful event, how do you scale it to different size formats to the audience?
Right. Well, our stores are quite big, most of them, and it's important to capture our customers' attention while they're in the stores to create that experience. And so the real key to it for us is being relevant to the customer, whether that's seasonally relevant, so it's the start of game time, college football, being really relevant with that. Or they're anticipating a great new release that's coming, like a new Star Wars film. We create events around that. So it's really key to be seasonally relevant.
And in combination with that, is it also important, or do you keep in mind, hey, we want to have something new happening at every store, something different?
We really try to run a program. We think Retailtainment is a 365-day-a-year program, and we want to have those great experiences every single day. And there will be new things happening. The size of our stores and all the categories that we hit, there'll be something new happening all the time.
So when we look at the best way to get started with a Retailtainment idea in Walmart, what does that process look like? How do you begin?
Yeah, so we think great Retailtainment events are about collaboration. Our suppliers sometimes have the best ideas. We want to help bring those to life with them. And so we've created a new team at Walmart, and it's led by a gentleman called Matt Herlevick. And Matt has actually offered to be available to take these new ideas, great ideas from our suppliers, and really try to bring them to life with our suppliers. So we're excited about that.
Is there maybe a suggestion for suppliers when it comes to how do they sell it within their corporate offices to their corporate teams?
So we think it's all about, again, capturing that customer imagination and excitement, our associates' excitement during seasonally relevant events to drive interest and trial of their products.
So, although you say we haven't seen a donkey in a while, it doesn't mean we won't, right?
Hey, who knows? Who knows? We welcome all ideas that our suppliers have around Retailtainment.
Thank you so much for your time.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Nice to have you. We'll be right back.
Our guests enjoy staying at the 21C Museum Hotel and hosting dinner, meetings, and product launches there.
That does it for this week's show. Here are 3 key takeaways, though, that you need to jot down. Store fixtures really set the tone for a store. Appearance counts. Remember that. Also, when you're developing a Retailtainment idea, keep scalability in mind. You want to make sure you can duplicate it in different areas of space. And remember, stretch a little. Try something new. Don't do the same thing every time when it comes to Retailtainment. You can have fun. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here next week.
I walk in every day and I just take a deep breath and I'm like, I can't believe where it's gone, where it's come to. Blood, sweat, and tears, and then some, everything to build the company where it's at. I'm Billy Westbrook, and Scrubblade is an idea I had. I wondered, why don't wiper blades scrub your windshield? If they're going back and forth, why don't they scrub the windshield while they're doing it? You know, I was making barely any money to survive. I was living on an air mattress at a friend's house, completely stripped down to nothing. It's just me. I was like, I'm going to give this 100% and see what happens with it. And that was in 2006. It's 2014 now, and I've never stopped. In the journey of Scrubblade, we had a huge opportunity to do a big test with Walmart. And if I would have worked all those 8 years and neglected my business credit, I wouldn't have had the biggest opportunity of our journey. Dunn and Bradstreet is a huge partnership for Scrubblade. They share the knowledge really well, go through your credit rating with you and explain what this means and what that means. We're starting a big test with AutoZone, and I mean, they're the largest automotive retailer in the world. It's going to take our company to the next level and beyond. What drives me, what keeps me going, is my family. Yeah. My job is to take care of my family, and it gives me a lot of pride to know that I can do that. And at the same instance, Dun & Bradstreet is taking care of me, or my entity, Scrubblade. I mean, it's still a small company, but big in my eyes. We want to have fun with it. We want to bring people in along for the journey. You know, life's a journey. Get a clearer view. That's what Scrubblade's tagline is, and it means everything.